I enjoy fixing things. I enjoy making things work better, and I enjoy the creativity that I get to employ in doing that.
Jim Campbell's vast experience and knowledge of the workings of not only municipal government, but also state and federal government has proven to be invaluable for many of the projects the City of Greenville undertakes. On behalf of the city, Jim, in his role as Assistant Director of the Office of Management and Budget, has found money, appropriated money, reallocated money, spent money, and saved money, literally in the millions. All for the improvement of the city of Greenville and the surrounding community. Clearly, Jim Campbell's commitment to the leadership of the city, his willingness to take on challenging and complex initiatives, and his overall dedication to city government and the vitality of our community have all combined to earn him this nomination for the City Manager's Award of Excellence.
I was actually hired as a public information, public relations coordinator. I sort of moved from that to take on some other duties related to public information, which led to an assignment temporarily as the city manager's assistant, which led to coming back into a department called General Services that was created under a previous city manager, and then moving into the assistant city manager role for a while, and then back into the General Services Director role, and then I spent some time as the Acting Human Resources Director, Acting Central Services Director, and now moving into the Office of Management and Budget, working primarily on doing grants work and managing special projects.
Jim was one of the first guys I met. After I talked to Mr. Boyer and got hired that time, I came in, he said, go see Jim Campbell, he'll take care of your office. And Jim was the facilities director at that time.
Well, when I think about Jim Campbell, I think about him being a city icon. He's a team player, and he also impacts lives in a positive way, throughout the city. He's one of the few employees that has had an influence in about every aspect within the city and of city business. And an example of his involvement was that he had my position before I came here.
We're here at the Carolina First Center, a $22 million renovation that was funded by a combination of local funds, federal funds, and state funds to produce something that we believe is market competitive within the Southeast region. We're in the 28,000 square foot ballroom of the Carolina First Center. This building was originally built to house textile machinery shows that occurred every 2 years. We've taken this space and turned it into a ballroom that can seat up to 2,000 people for dinner. It's the most important room in the center because this is where the major food events are served. And that is what powers the Carolina First Center's budget, food sales. I'm standing on a balcony overlooking the new grand entrance hall for the Carolina First Center. Guests enter this area and can travel up the escalators to a new entrance concourse that links the conference center, the major ballroom, and all exhibit halls. This is the signature feature to improve the curb appeal of the Carolina First Center. We're in the conference center entrance of the Carolina First Center, which received a sprucing up as part of the renovation. So why does a community invest in convention centers? It's all about the people who are meeting here today, the South Carolina Association of School Librarians and other groups who drop big money into our big convention center to help the local economy.
Jim is one of those individuals in the organization that's done just about everything in the organization from a management standpoint. He's one of those individuals that on a day-to-day basis continues to find innovative things to improve the community for the citizens and the way in which government functions.
I guess the word to summarize Jim the most is his vast knowledge of the city itself, state politics, county politics, and the whole thing, and to be able to pull all that together into a package that makes sense to us lay people.
There's a stability and a calmness about Jim that he instills in people whenever you're working with him. And not only is he stable in the workplace, but he's also stable at home. He's an awesome family man. He's a great dad, great husband to his wife.
3 things that I love: my wife, my daughter number 1, and my daughter number 2. I'm thankful for my family. If I were elected president, one of the first things I'd want to do is to persuade Congress to declare me a dictator for about 2 years so I could do some radical surgery to the federal budget. One thing most people don't know about me is that I harbor a secret desire that if it turns out there is such a thing as reincarnation, I want to be reborn as a pelican. Well, when you think about a pelican's life, you're in a nice place, you're by the water, you get to glide back and forth on a beautiful seacoast, and you get to eat a lot of seafood. And from my standpoint, that's just about a perfect life. What motivates me about coming to work every day is I get to exercise the creativity, I get the freedom to help others, and I enjoy seeing the things that get accomplished. Greenville has some really great people working for it too. You can't underestimate the value of working with people who care about making the lives of others better.